Of anxiety and depression are up across the board, and researchers are worried that we could see an increase in teen suicide.
Denver 7's Russell Haythorne with more of the challenges the pandemic has created, the signs of despair, but also an inspiring story of survival.
16-year-old Lily Osborne wears her scars openly and without shame.
Kind of a tomboy, so I was different.
For her, it began in middle school.
My struggle with mental health really started in 7th grade, and it was because I got bullied a lot. I started cutting as a way to kind of cope. It was such a feeling of isolation because I just felt so different, and I didn't really know anyone else that was going through the same thing at the time.
That all changed when she got help.
It was really scary, but I saw around me, I was like, wow, I'm not the only person here.
Experts say deaths of despair among teens are even more pronounced now as COVID further isolates kids from school and critical resources.
I think what parents may miss is just it's harder to sort through what's the static of the pandemic versus what is a young person who's struggling.
Health One's Dr. Chris Rogers, president of the Colorado Child and Adolescent Psychiatric Society, cautions parents to know the signs.
Changes in routines such as sleeping or eating are always very concerning.
Rick Padilla lost his teenage son to suicide last year.
You have to give a voice to youth.
He's a big believer in finding social outlets for kids, especially if they're not back in school in person.
They need that peer interaction.
Dr. Rogers says Lily's story is more powerful than we know.
It's good to hear a success story because people do get better, and I think that's one of the most important messages to get out there.
It starts with you. You gotta reach out.
Opposite Lily's scars are now bracelets of encouragement and messages of hope.
I would say hang in there and get help because people want to help you. Nobody likes a bully, and people like you more than the bully.
Russell Haythorne.
I'm still here. I need to stay here.
Denver 7.
Yeah, people do want to help. Unfortunately, doctors are expecting things to get worse before they get better. Studies indicate as many as 75,000 more people in the U.S. could take their lives as a result of mental health issues related to the pandemic. So listen, if you or someone you know needs help, call the Colorado Crisis Line at 1-800-784-2433.